So today we're playing the Ranger, and we have an intense run with some close call. Our plan? Crafting up 2 chain ups and teaming up with some Squirrel Buddies for our buff removal builds. But hey, check it out and let's see if we can get this win. Okay, let's go and jump to some ranked games with a random character and see who we're going to get today. So it looks like we're playing the Ranger again. We do start off with Blueberries, Chipped Amethyst, and our Star of Courage. Now, in round 1 with Divine Basket, we do have a crazy amount of sales, so we're going to be taking anything that we can grab on sale. So we're going to grab the Piggy Bank, Whetstone, Shard Bow. Those should all be pretty good options. I'm going to roll though, because we're going to be grabbing the Banana. Now, the Garlic I would like to take too, but I kind of want to keep our Piggy Bank. And I really want to grab this sword. So we're going to grab the sword instead. But I'm going to reserve that Garlic. And yeah, this is going to be round 1. Now we put our Amethyst inside our weapon so we have a chance to remove any bit of buffs like spikes, healing herbs, and this flame. Hoping that we get rid of the spikes that are in power. They're the most important that we do get rid of. We got rid of spikes so we don't take any more damage on our wooden sword. And after that we did take a regen. So yeah, this should be fantastic for us. And smashing actually. Just pausing the video here very quickly just to ask you to subscribe. It really helps me out. Thanks. Now let's get back to the video. Now that's a wolf badge. We can go in here and we can have a look at some of the Berserker's items. And since we are Divine with Basket, kind of less likely to go for Busted Blade or the double axe. But hey, I'm still going to take it, but we're going to be in a little bit of trouble actually taking it. We're going to place this over here. We're going to roll. And on Identified Amulet. Hell yeah. Amethyst Alchemy mean we should have picked up that Hell Pot for sure. We're going to reserve this leather bag. And yeah, we're going to place this over on this side for now. But again, we're going to move on. Now, we could have actually crafted up Belladonna's Shade. That actually would have been pretty darn awesome too. But with this wolf badge, we do get a lot of damage reduction, delaying the fight even longer, allowing us to heal back up, and smashing actually. Great, let's grab this bit of storage, let's grab this also. And do be uber greedy and take another Piggy Bank. Well, I did want to craft up a hero sword, so we do have to roll quite a bit for him. So I'm going to leave the Piggy Bank. I'm going to roll that some Lucky Clover though, which is going to be some crit chance later on. So I think we have to grab it. I will roll once more, and unfortunately we didn't find any Whetstones, which is really not great, for sure. Also, we should be switching our bow out, and we're going to have it set up to be like this now. I know we don't get the Lucky Clover inside our Divine Basket, but maybe we should actually do this and lose out on 2 max HP. I'm going to be rocking on with this sort of situation. This should be much better for us overall. And we'll see. Our opponent will have a lot of damage with the hero sword with that spear. But as long as we have our Battle Rage, we can delay being smashed just a little bit to heal back. Maybe not actually. We could beat more words. It's going to be super close. And unfortunately our opponent's Battle Rage out-Battle Raged us. Now, out of all these options, we could take Smelly Wall. And we get healing efficiency, and then we also get some decent block too. Yeah, let's grab it. We're going to grab the storage. We're going to grab more healing herbs. I'm going to roll for now. And that's finally hero sword. And a garlic. But hey, I really want to grab this garlic. Now, do we sell our little chipped amethyst? Or do we sell our piggy bank? For now, I'm going to sell our piggy bank so we can actually add this in. I do want to keep this to be trying to remove some buffs. We'll roll once more. And that's a freaking staff right here. If you want it. I'm going to reserve the mana orb. I'm going to reserve this as well, but I'm actually going to leave the broom, which might be crazy. For sure. We should be in a super awesome spot. We should have actually moved our banana in beside our garlic so it actually triggers a bit faster. But we should have tons of healing efficiency and we should have tons of block. Basically just outstriving our opponents. And we should be able to remove a lot of their buffs. Meaning that any power that they do stack up, we can potentially get rid of it. And awesome. Not too bad overall. We got our chipped amethyst. And we got our hero sword. Let's grab the storage. Let's grab our mana orb. What we should have done is something like this. And I actually want to grab another set of healing herbs. Now, do we sell our Amethyst of Alchemy? I don't think we do. I think I'm going to move on like this for right now. I'm going to reserve that healing herbs. And we'll see. And our opponent does have 2 snowballs, which is going to be 4 cold on us. Which does decrease our activation speed by a little bit, for sure. But as long as we can keep getting rid of their shell totems in power, it is only 20% chance to activate. But our opponent is stacking up a lot of debuffs on us. But that fatigue has set in, and we finally broke through their armor. Our opponent is breaking through our armor, but we do have stacking armor. Our opponent has very, very little stacking armor. But still, all in all, looking super close. And smashing. Not too bad, actually. Now, we could actually go for Falcon Blade type setup. I'm going to grab the gloves. I do want to grab the carrot. Let's grab this also, and I'm going to roll. A crit chance is kind of crazy not to take here. That's also King Goobert if you want it. King Goobert, all we need to do is find that box of riches. We actually have a crazy, crazy looking setup for sure. But hey, I'm going to move on. I'm going to reserve all these items. And we'll see how we get on. Now, our opponent does have a holy armor, which is going to be a lot of block. We do have to get through, and they have so much chili peppers. Basically from that amulet feasting. Which is going to be kind of crazy. Because you're going to be stacking up a lot of heat. They're going to have a lots of healing from all this. But hey, we're eventually going to break through their armor. Our DPS is going to be quite low. Now, unfortunately, this chipped amethyst is going to be not doing too much here. Because your opponent is stacking up a lot of buffs. But I'm hoping that we get rid of that 1 in power, decreasing their weapon damage by even just a little bit. We do have tons of regen though. But is it going to be enough? Unfortunately, those chili peppers, they've stacked up so much heat that it is going to be triggering super fast. And actually, we pulled ahead, which is straight up craziness for sure. Now, I'd actually like to go for a chain up here. I'd like to go for that chain up. We do need this to craft up chain up. But I'm going to sell a hero sword, and I'm actually going to grab this turnip. Which is crazy, because we're giving up on Falcon Blade, for sure. We're going to grab our crit chance. We're going to slot that in here for now. Let's grab our garlic. We're going to sell this amethyst to grab a goober too. And for now, I am going to be moving on with this. So now, increasing the speed of our turnip with our gloves is going to be quite costly on our stamina. But at least with our little short bow, it's not going to be eating up too much of our stamina overall. But hey, we can stack up a bunch of spikes. Well, maybe not. Actually, our opponent has permanent blind on us because of that Goobert. That's crazy to have at this point in time. But eventually we can start stacking up our spikes, which our opponent is going to be taking a lot of damage from this broom. But they have stacked up so much more spikes thanks to the pineapple, along with our amulet whales. But we'll see. That light Goobert is going to be a lot of healing for our opponents. That's for sure. We also have that strong health bot. But can we out-survive him? We do have Battle Rage. So potentially we do take a little less damage during Battle Rage. We might be able to outpace him. And awesome, actually. Looking pretty darn fantastic overall. Now if we're going for King Gooberts, and I do want to go for Chin Up, I kind of want to go for Big Bowl of Treats and look for a bunch of squirrels. And it's also going to be pretty good with our garlics. So we got our squirrel. Let's grab this also, which is the Amulet of Steel, which is kind of nice actually. But I'm going to move on. I'm going to be crafting up the Squirrel Archer. But we'll see. We did take out a lot of stuff, so we might have a high chance of losing. Now that's a uniquely unique magic staff with brass knuckles, and they're going to be inflicting some cold on us. I'm also going to go for a magic torch. They could go for frostbite since our artifacts stone cold. But unfortunately, they're dealing quite a bit of damage to us. Yeah, for sure. That cold also being a big problem for us too. But hey, we got our squirrel. We're going to be grabbing this bit of storage. We do want to grab the carrot. We're going to roll again. And we're going to keep rolling for now. I'm going to sell this amulet to actually grab this amulet to see what it is. Amulet life is actually pretty darn smashing overall for us. Let's roll again. Now we're rolling up quite a lot with this glowing crown, so unfortunately we might actually want to change that up. But I'm going to grab the stamina sack. We are going to move on once again. But we do have our squirrel in, which is going to be stealing some buffs. It's also going to be dealing some damage. But we'll see. Our opponent does have an Amulet of Darkness. Now, if they do have some Squirrel Archers, that potentially could be straight up crazy for sure. They're stacking up a lot of spikes, which is not going to be great for our turnip. They actually have a turbo amount of spikes. But we'll see. So far, they're not really dealing damage to us. They're just stacking up an absurd amount of spikes. We could actually end up destroying ourselves here. Now, if they did have the Amulets of Wiles, It will be kind of crazy, but we still managed to pull ahead. Now, if they also had a turnip, they would deal crazy, crazy damage overall. So yeah, we do have a choice to make. And we could take Acorn Ace, so we don't have to position our Acorn Collars. Bad, or we can just get a ton of value from our Bagtacular. I think this is going to be your best play. Now, we can also grab the Powered Moon, which is going to give us a big old burst heal, which is going to be pretty good with Divine Basket also, giving us even more healing efficiency, delaying the fight even longer, allowing us to scale up. Maybe we actually want Powered Moon. But I'm still going to take Bagtacular. Now, I'd actually like to grab double chain up. I think that would be fantastic, but we still have to find... a box of riches. Now, I'm going to sell, not the Goobert, I'm going to sell the gloves and the healing herbs, so we can actually grab this for now also. Allowing us to roll one more time, and that's another freaking mana orb on sale. With a protective little purse. And we can actually get more block this way. Try to stack up a little bit more in power. And we can add in our Glowing Crown. Well, maybe we could actually place it in like so. Yeah, and we're going to move on. So now we should get at least potentially some invulnerability. We should be able to stack up a little bit of mana. Potentially. Unless our opponent is rocking chain up, which is going to be eating up all our buffs. But they procced their Bat Rage already since they're the utility pouch. Which is not too bad for us. Now they are going to be scaling up a crazy amount of damage on that chain up because they're going to be moving our buffs. And with that eye lamp, so we could be in a little bit of trouble. We did get our vulnerability, but is it going to be enough? Unfortunately, one more smack. And we lose. It's super unfortunate. And we did get that box of riches, which we're pretty much going to take instantly. Let's roll once. And let's roll twice. I'm actually going to craft up a Rat Chef. We're going to move on. We're going to craft up a King's Crown. And we're definitely going to grab that King Goobert's. But we'll see. Our opponent actually has the Stone Shoes, which is going to reduce a lot of ranged and effect damage. So our Squirrel Archer is not going to be doing much damage here whatsoever. But the Squirrel Archer is going to be stealing some buffs, which is quite nice actually. But unfortunately, he's not looking too great. Yeah. So we do end up falling short. Let's grab a rat. Let's grab a shard ball. Let's roll for now. We're going to grab this potion belt since it is on sale. We're going to roll again. And let's roll again. Unfortunately, going to sell a carrot to roll. And I actually want this protected little purse. But I am going to rock on with this sort of situation for now. So we do have our King's Crown in. We should be able to get that King Goobert going, which is going to provide a crazy amount of healing. But unfortunately, we are going to begin a Snow Stick. And we did sell our card, so we do lose out on a little bit of debuff removal. Which is not so great. Because this is going to slow us down to a snail's pace. Unfortunately. And yeah, it's not looking too great whatsoever. So we do end up falling short. Down to our final life, which is pretty bad. Not gonna lie. And we could literally go for Thornbloom. But I'm gonna hold on for now. I'm gonna grab any protected person that we do see. We're gonna take this too. Another Amulet of Life, which is crazy, crazy good value. We're gonna be grabbing another squirrel for sure. We're gonna sell one regen so we can actually grab this protected person too. And we are probably gonna want in one set of blueberries. Blueberries, one set of mana orbs. And we could also craft up another Squirrel Archer, which I do actually want to grab. But we're going to have to risk it. We are going to have to move on. Now, is this going to be good enough? Can we just steal a bunch of buffs? Can we get that invulnerability? Keep us alive? Can we just get turbo amounts of heals? We'll see. Our opponent is going to be stacking up quite a lot of damage with that Magic Torch, Crit Wood Staff, Hunger Blade, Guard Power. They're going to have tons and tons of Vampirism. But as long as we keep stealing their buffs, we could potentially outpace them. Now, our DPS is still not going to be super fantastic. And we might actually end up losing out. It's going to be super close. But can we actually bring it back? Smashing. Holy moly, way too close for comfort. That's for sure. But hey, we got another Squirrel Archer. Let's add in a rat. I'm going to roll for now. We're going to grab this bit of storage. Let's keep it going. I'm going to keep rolling. And we actually grabbed our little forging hammer. So we can actually craft up a chain up. Now, it might actually be too late. Unfortunately. We're also going to sell this. And we might actually end up taking the hedgehog also. But we're going to reserve the stamina stack. And yeah, we're going to move on once again. Now, can we keep up with this Reaper? They're going to be inflicting a lot of debuffs on us. That's a crazy amount of cold from the very beginning. We do get invulnerability, but cold is going to be the biggest problem for us. Slowing us down to a snail's pace is going to be a massive problem for sure. Now, we do heal back to full though. But can we keep up? That's a lot of damage. We do proc our Battle Rage. We heal back to full once again. But again, that's a crazy amount of calls. Now, unless we heal back to full right now. Holy moly, 1 HP in a dream. Yeah, this is getting way too close every time. Now, we do have the chain up, which is going to be scaling up on any buff removal that we do. Which is why I wanted to go Squirrel Archers to be removing those buffs. We're going to grab a Stamina Stack, and we did want to go for Rat Chef. So we are going to take that Healing Herbs. You could grab some cheese to scale up our max life also. But I'm going to leave for now. Now, Divine Potion on sale. I'm actually going to grab. I'm going to reserve this leather bag also. We're probably going to want another Short Bow to potentially craft up another Squirrel Archer. And we're going to move on. Now, we are going to begin a Thorn Bloom. Claws Attack, Thorn Burst. They're going to be stacking up a lot of spikes. But hopefully we can just continuously remove our opponent's buffs, steal them for themselves, and have our chain up deal crazy damage. Potentially. But our opponent is stacking up quite a bit of max life. We actually have inflicted quite a bit of poison also. Which is kind of absurd. But hey, it's actually looking super close, but smashing overall. Not too bad. Now we only have a 40 DPS, well 37 to be exact. As for heals, only 40 healing per second. So it's looking like we probably should just take our pints and run. But I'm going to see if we can actually make this work. So we got a Rat Chef. We're going to be grabbing the Short Bow. We're going to be rolling. It's another freaking Short Bow. It's also a Hedgehog. But I'm going to roll. Now speaking of making this work, we're going to go double chain up for sure. So we're going to have to sell our little Short Bow. We're going to have to actually grab this, craft up that chain up. Now the problem is we do need our banana in because we are going to be using up quite a bit of stamina. Now are we going to really take out our Hedgehog? I'm going to take a one bit of luck to keep our Hedgehog in. We're going to reserve Stamina Stack. We are going to move on and we'll see how this goes for now. Are we going to be able to keep up? Now we are going to begin a Staff of Fire, Dark Lantern, which does have 2 dark items. We're also going to be scaling up some crit chance on the Staff of Fire, so that is going to be quite scary. You also have a lot of damage reduction and a lot of healing reduction. Well, actually not so much healing reduction. This Staff of Fire is going to be scaling up pretty darn fast, but we have a lot of invulnerability. But as long as we remove the heat, they actually can't scale. But they managed to get a big ol' crit. That's another big ol' crit. And yeah, unfortunately, some big ol' crits, 98% crit chance, because we went into that fatigue, unfortunately. But hey, we got our second chain up, which is going to be smashing. We're going to be grabbing this for now also. Let's roll, and I definitely want to grab as much squirrels as possible. We're going to keep rolling. Potion Belt on sale. And yeah, we're going to check this out. Is this going to be good enough? We'll see. We are going to gain a Poison Ivy, Blood Thorn with Night Lamp. But as long as we can turbo remove their spikes in our Vampirism, we should be in a pretty good spot. Now, they are stealing or inflicting a lot of poison on us, dealing a lot of damage. We do get our vulnerability. Hoping that we can heal back to full. And just deal incredible damage. And yeah, actually, smashing. Not too bad overall. And we do have a 45 DPS, which is still quite low. And our healing could definitely be improved also. Now, one way you can actually improve our damage is by taking Night Lamp and scaling up our damage that way. We're going to roll. We're going to keep rolling for now. And let's keep going. Grab more block for ourselves. That should be fantastic. And one more roll. But hey, we could grab this garlic. We could slot it in here for a little bit more block. Overall, or we could plug this in like so. Yeah, this is looking a hell of a lot better. Problem is, we do lose our little forging hammer unless we add it in like so. And yeah, we should be able to get a little bit more power. Now, since we got the Amethyst, we probably should have went for that Thorn Bloom. But a double chain up with a bunch of squirrels to be removing a lot of buffs. With a good old King Guberts was something I definitely wanted to try out and have a little bit of fun with. Let's roll one more time. And this is it. This is going to be a fun set. Can we win out or are we going to lose? We'll have to see. And we are going to begin a bunch of dragons with a fancy rapier. That's going to be a lot of damage between all those dragons. They're going to be scaling up a lot of luck for the fancy rapier. That's going to have instant stacking damage. But can we steal up enough buffs to deal a crazy amount of damage? As long as we steal some luck, we're actually scaling up our crit chance because we don't really have as much luck generation as I'd like, and it's actually looking way too close. We did get invulnerability once again. And actually, smashing. Holy moly, that was actually awesome. And a super close run, to be quite honest. Now we do end up with a 48 DPS, which is not crazy DPS. Compared to our opponent's 69 DPS overall, we do end up with a 40 healing per second, which is pretty decent. It definitely could be higher, but thanks to King Gubert, we're in a pretty awesome spot. And as for block, we managed to get quite a bit of block too. So between our healing and our block, we actually were super defensive. And then also on top of it, that invulnerability, allowing us a lot of time to actually remove a lot of buffs. We're chain up and our squirrels, so not too bad overall. But it turned out to be a super fun build. Now we actually could have added in extra weapons since we had a rat shift, and that's probably something we probably should have actually prioritized. Something like a good old fancy rapier, since we weren't really scaling up with crit chance anyway. But anyways, we did survive with 1 life left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we actually managed to get. Plus 8 ranked us up actually quite a bit. But I'm going to leave it here for now. I just want to say thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to keep looking for the next one. See you next time.